Okay, welcome back. I'm having a few difficulties with this computer today. So let's just see how far we get. I'm going to go up and have a look at Windsor Castle. We're at Ascot at the moment. I need to push that forward. Come on. I really hate this mouse in VR. It's absolutely rubbish. It sucks. See that needs to go forward to there. And I'm waiting for this dial to come up. There we go. Now I guess we can go flying. Oh, it's going flying on its own, look. Ooh. Let's start again, shall we? I had to recalibrate the joystick a few times and it's been all over the place. Right, come on. So this is Ascot. This is where all the helicopters come in and out. Remember when they had the horse racing thing going on? Loads of people arrive at Ascot by helicopter. Okay, I'm going to start again now. Okay, just check all my switches. Okay, that needs to go on. That one. That's on. That'll do. That's on run. Yep, okay, I think we're good. They're all on. I hate having that mouse. As soon as you activate the mouse in VR, all things start going wrong. Right, okay, let's get off. We're going to go and have a look at Windsor Castle today. So we just hold the helicopter in the hover. Check our temperatures and pressures and everything, because if something's wrong we can just put the helicopter back down. Everything seems okay so far. Right, so we want to set off and go north. North is ahead of us and to the right a bit. It's quite a steep takeoff. So there'll be a racetrack around here somewhere. We're going to go and look at Windsor Castle. Excuse me. We'll get a bit of altitude up over all these trees. Because if it conks out, I want to down in the field, really. Okay, I do believe I can see the castle in the distance. There's a bit of a folly thing there, look. It's the thing with England, it's full of fascinating things from donkeys years ago. Right, I'm looking for the George III monument. It's sort of chap on a horse on a plinth, and then we can follow the long mile, I think they call it, or something like that. Which is the approaches to Windsor Castle, which is over there to my left. That'll save us doing a bit of backtracking. Ahead of us we've got all those reservoirs there, and then we've got Heathrow Airport on the other side. So one would have to stay low, really. Ah, there it is. Nearly missed it then. So we'll start off at the George III monument, which is at the end of that big long road. long mile, long walk, whatever they call it, and then you'll see the significance of this in a moment when I turn the helicopter around. There we go. Chap on a horse. George III. He was the third of the Hanoverians, I think. You can look up the history of it all if you're that interested. I think he's the one that went mad, wasn't he? Mad King George. I think that was the third George. Okay, there he is. And if you look, there's a big long straight road that goes all the way to Windsor Castle, so that's where they're going to go now. So we're going to follow this long walk, long mile. I mean, talk about driveways, you know, to your castle. Now, Windsor Castle, I believe, there's loads on the internet about Windsor Castle. I think it was one of William the Conqueror's Motte and Bailey Norman castles that he erected shortly after the Norman invasion in 1066. See all the British people be going, yeah, we know all that. But there's Americans and Australians and Canadians and other people who don't know that, okay? It's more for their benefit. Trees are getting a bit narrow here, so I need to go up a bit higher. I don't want the discs doing any tree surgery. Okay, so we'll pull up now. And we'll circle the actual castle as depicted in Orbeck's scenery for X-Plane 11. Okay, there's the quadrangle, there's the keep on the Motte and Bailey, look. Lots of kings and queens of England have been buried here in St George's Chapel, which is this churchy looking thing on the end here, right in front of the helicopter now. I think the Queen Elizabeth's buried there. There's the steps, look. World famous, isn't it, Windsor Castle? There's the gate there. Excuse me. You drunk, sir? I don't think so. I mean, this is an early attempt. Obviously the scenery is going to get much better in the future. At least they put these landmarks in. I mean, they never used to be in at all in the early days. This is obviously where the royal family live underneath me now. When they're here, that'll be their accommodation, I would imagine. Never been to Windsor Castle. They could do the helipad on the roof with that tower there. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? suppose if they ever come by helicopter, they land in the quadrangle there. So they wouldn't need a helipad on the roof, would they? Have another look at St George's Chapel, and there's more buildings here that, you know, I don't know the layout of the living arrangements. I would imagine people live down here as well. This is St George's Chapel. Some of the scenery is up in the air, look. There's the famous steps. I'm sure it looks amazing from 5,000 feet or wherever you are. Looks the part, but you can see all the inconsistencies and inaccuracies with it when you're this low and this close to it. But yeah, that's not bad, is it? I'm going to go land in the quadrangle. Gives you a good idea of how far away from Ascot it is, the races, the bases, and the long mile. And of course it's King Charles III now. I don't think the castle actually belongs to the Crown anymore. I think they sold it to, or whatever. Giving it over to the public. I don't know what the arrangement is. I don't know. But I know when the chapel, not the chapel, the hall burnt down. There was a fire, wasn't there? And the Queen had only just sold it, or not sold it, but given it to the public or local authorities. I don't know. You have to look it up. But yeah, I mean, I can see there's no point in building a helipad on top of the keep, is there, when the grass and the quadrangle will do, won't it? There we go. Welcome to Windsor Castle. Thanks for watching.